G'day folks, welcome to the latest instalment of the Brothers Weekly Wrap. This week we come to you following our excursion down to Innisfail on the weekend where we took on the Leprechauns across 3 grades. They got off to a pretty good start as we took on the under-18s in what was a pretty high quality affair, I thought. Both sides really got stuck into each other. It's quite physical and yeah, we were able to come away with a pretty strong 36 points to 20 win. The first half was a real arm wrestle, was a real grind. We led slightly at the break, 12 points to 10, before coming out in the second half and really going on with the job. Thought Anthony Curcio and Lockie Wilson were tremendous up front, and we found a new hooker with young Cade stepping into a position he'd never played before, and pretty much playing like he'd been there all his life. It was fantastic to see. Hopefully the boys can continue to build upon that momentum this week as well. Reserve grade, another nail biter, 24 points to 22. We were able to hold on despite being down to 11 men for 10 minutes essentially, as a couple of boys got a little bit of a sit down for some indiscretions. It's probably something that the coaching staff will need to get on top of. We can't afford to give the opposition too many opportunities for a win, and discipline's obviously something that we really need to stay on top of as we get deeper into the season. As I mentioned though, men down to 11 men, the guys showed plenty of character to be able to play tough and to hang on, and at times probably played a little bit better than when they had the 13 on, actually crossing for a try while we were down to the 11 men to get ourselves back in front. So fantastic effort from the reserve grade squad on the weekend, and they'll only be strengthened as they get a couple of guys back who travelled up to Thursday Island for the Nines competition over the weekend. And the A-grade clash, fantastic game, best game we've seen all season, no doubt. A really high quality affair, especially given the wet and greasy conditions, and given the occasion. I think the crowd certainly got what they paid for on Saturday night. First half, real arm wrestle, it was a real grind, both sides quite physical with each other, neither giving any leeway and no quarter given. All those sorts of cliches, though, they were certainly in play. Before in the second half, the game started to open up as mistakes from the wet weather crept in a little. A couple of big performances from our boys. I thought Chris Reason was fantastic in the halves. His kicking game was exceptional, and he absorbed a lot of pressure from the Innisfail defenders. He really stepped up to the plate on the weekend. He was ably supported in the middle. I thought Jaden Gill again was quite good. He was very physical also. Got through a mountain of defensive work, and Kane Weehee out on an edge again, marking up on Brett Anderson's no easy feat at state league level, let alone local league level, and he certainly should be able to walk off the field with his head held high. It was probably a drawn decision between those two on the weekend. It was a fantastic little battle. And finally, I thought Benny Shell really stood up again. He had a mountain of big carries and got through a huge workload in defence as well. So no doubt for Benny, that pride call-up should be coming sooner rather than later. So after that grinding first half, we got into the second half where the game started to open up, and we were in a pretty commanding lead there at 30 points to 18 with about 12 minutes to go. And we're daring to dream, but unfortunately for us, Innisfail were able to show their great character and claw their way back into the game. And with 2 minutes to go, we're holding on to a slender 30 points to 28 lead before a glut of possession and penalties to Innisfail got them into fantastic field position, and a Superman effort from Bradley Stephen to cross from a cross kick in the dying stages broke all the brethren's heart. So unfortunately it wasn't to be, but again, to travel to Callendar Park on a Saturday night, given the occasion of the reunion for their 06 winning grand final sides, I thought it was an amazing effort from our guys to go toe to toe with them for the full 80 minutes. So bodes well for the remainder of the season. The remainder of the season of which begins with our first Friday night game for the season at Stan Williams Park as we take on Tully in 4 grades actually. Second division getting their run where they'll take on the Hopevale Tully Tigers. before the under-18s, reserve grade and A grade all kick off. The main game being at 8:30 p.m. As I said, Friday night, Stan Williams Park. So after work, why not get down and enjoy some local footy. Until next week, go the fish.